So you had a great canning year last year. You canned a lot of things, you had a lot of things on your shelf. It looked great. You felt like you were eating all of those canned goods up, but now it's another canning season. Things are starting to roll in. You start realizing, where are my jars? I don't have as much space. We weren't eating as much of the canned things as we thought we were. So now, what do I do with these canned goods from last year, or even maybe the year before, so I have space for this year's things? Welcome back to Bucket List Homestead. And yes, normally Friday is a grocery haul video, but we don't have to go to the grocery store for a couple of weeks because we did a nice big haul at Costco last week. I don't really need anything. So I have to come up with some content though for y'all for Friday. And this is something that's been weighing on me for a couple of weeks now. Like David said, he goes, I think you're still canning at the amount that we used to go through, and our diets have changed. The kids certainly do not have the same diets as David and I. David and I are eating different things, trying to be healthier, and we still have a lot of things on the shelf from last year's canning, which I'm not complaining. It's a good thing. I'm glad we have a lot of food, but it's really made me stop and take stock of what are we eating. We are not eating the jams and jellies like we used to. I have a whole box load of jam and jelly, and I think some applesauce and some butters that I'm taking down home to some family when David and I go to Maine in August. And I still, that certainly used up a lot of space, but I'm gonna be without my jars until they eat them all, and I'm gonna make them all promise to save my jars. Luckily, it's the jelly-sized jars, and I don't need as many of them for things that I'm gonna be planning on canning, but I still need the space. So I am going to try very hard over the next several weeks to go through our jarred goods and make things. A lot of that's gonna be baking. I love to bake. Baking is one of my love languages. I love to bake for people. I love to bake for my family. It's certainly one of the ways I show people how much I love them. But David and I, like I said, we have been on a health journey and losing weight. Yay, he's losing more than I am, but that's typical. But still, so I haven't been baking as much because if it's in the house, I will eat it, David will eat it, we'll eat it. And the kids don't eat a huge amount of some baked goods. Some things they will, some things they won't. But I'm gonna do some baking. David's back to work now. He had this 2 weeks off to heal from his knee surgery, and he can take it into work, so we don't have all of that here. I can also freeze some of it, but then again, I'm trying to free up freezer space with my, canning of the freezer this month too, so it's not ideal to be freezing things too and putting more things into the freezer. So I am gonna have him take some things into work. Now, if y'all been around here before, David and I both love lemon. He loves lemon curd. I mean, the man loves lemon curd. And I still have quite a bit of this lemon curd on my shelf from when I made it last year. Because again, we're just not eating it. So did a little bit of searching, went on through my recipes, and I found a recipe I'm gonna try today. And I wanna share it all with you because I also wanna inspire you all to maybe start using up some of the things you have on your shelf that you're maybe not going through as much, and also take stock of what you are eating. It makes no sense to exhaust yourself, because it is exhausting, canning all these things for the colder months ahead if you're not eating them. That's just, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of resources, just trying to take stock of what you were eating. I thought I did that last year, and apparently I didn't do a good enough job. So today we're going to be making lemon curd tart with shortbread crust. I mean, does that not sound delicious? And I got to show you the picture of the recipe. Is beautiful. And I will share the link to this recipe down below in the description box. What's great about this is I get to skip the whole making the lemon curd filling part. Keep watching and you'll see I was very, very, very wrong. Because I have so much already made, I have taken out 2 half pints. I'm hoping that's gonna be enough. So this is gonna be like a fast dessert. The longest part of this is going to be making the shortbread crust. Now, I am using a 9-inch springform pan. This is what is recommended, a 9-inch round tart pan or a 14x4 rectangular tart pan. If you end up using an 11-inch round tart pan, the recipe recommends you'll want to double the recipe. So, and it's all greased up with lard, set to go. My oven is set. It was set, it turned off. How did it turn off? Probably because I'm canning and I turned off the wrong button. I'm gonna reset my oven to 325 degrees and we're gonna get started on the shortbread crust.
My wish is that you don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. I'm running and you should too, and hit that subscribe button. I know what you've been asking yourself. How can I make a difference? I'm just one person.
I can make a difference, but I'm just one person.
Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you that it's free, quick, and easy. Share this video on your social media and make that difference today.
So in my KitchenAid mixer, and you can use a stand mixer or you can use a hand mixer, I have in here a stick of butter or 4 ounces of unsalted butter and a 1/3 cup of organic cane sugar. You can use regular white sugar if that's what you have. And we're just gonna cream this together till it's light and fluffy, about 2 minutes. I forgot to mention my butter is very much soft and at room temperature. Okay, next we're gonna do, it says a big pinch of salt, and this is unsalted butter that I used. We're gonna add 1 cup of flour and 2 tablespoons of flour. We're gonna cream those up together and mix just till incorporated. Okay, and we're gonna press it into our tart pan. It sticks a lot less to your hands if you use the back of your hand. Okay, so this is the part where I'm gonna deviate from the recipe a little bit because my curd is already made. Normally the recipe calls for you to put your fresh curd that you just have off the stove, put it into the raw shell and bake them all together. But like I said, my curd's already done and has been done. So I'm going to go ahead and bake this by itself for, we'll try 10 minutes and then we'll keep checking on it. And then once it's cooled, I will add my curd. Okay, so that took about 15, 16 minutes, and I just wanted to see it start getting brown around the edges. So we're gonna let this completely cool before we add the lemon curd. Yes, it's the next day, friends, and there's a reason for that. So I canned that lemon curd, I thought was just a few months ago, but when I really started thinking back, and I actually went back and saw the video I took of when I made it, it was a year ago. Unbeknownst to me, because it was my first time ever canning lemon curd, you're supposed to consume that within 3 months of canning it. So I did not know that. So I opened up a whole bunch of jars, and I'm gonna put a picture, I took a quick picture right here. This is what it was looking like, and it should not look like that. It didn't smell bad, but it certainly did not look right. So I had to dump all that lemon curd. And I'm telling you this, and I'm going to go ahead and continue on because things like this happen when you're canning. You know, it's life. I'm not perfect. Sometimes mistakes make. I did not know that you were supposed to eat lemon curd within 3 months of canning it. Now I know. So I don't think it's something I will ever can again, because especially that amount anyway, because it was a lot. It physically hurt to dump it all. Because it ends up, that's not something we would eat enough of in 3 months to make it worth canning. So yeah, I'm sharing it because that's just me. That's what I do. I share everything. And I know I'm not the only one, and I want people to see that it's okay to make mistakes. So that all got dumped. The good news is now I have a bunch of free jars. But I had this crust I made, and I'm like, I can't waste that. I used Irish butter, which cost a little bit more money. The cane sugar, it's a lot of money in this little crust. So I went ahead after I calmed down and I made myself some fresh lemon curd. and I had to let it cool overnight. So we're gonna go ahead and make this because I do want to test it, because if it's good, I want to let you all know so you can make it yourself. And obviously, if I had known I was gonna make it, I would have followed the recipe and add it to this when it was raw, but it's okay. You know, we're gonna add it now that it's cooked. And yeah, slice it up and do a little taste test. Ooh, she's pretty. Okay, we're gonna try it. That is delicious. Okay, so definitely recommend this recipe, and again, I will leave it down in the description below. Life happens, but I was just gonna think, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When your canning lemon curd doesn't turn out so good, make new lemon curd and make a dessert. Until then, friends, take care, God bless, and we'll see you all soon.